At Cactus Shadows High School, veteran stories are preserved like nowhere else, thanks to students from the Veterans Heritage Project begun by teacher Barbara Hatch. What is the Veterans Heritage Project?
It's a group of students, and we go interview veterans from all different wars, different eras, different services, different branches, any veteran, and we write down their stories and chronicle them in the Library of Congress by putting them in a book every single year. And then we hold a reception at the very end to honor them, and we treat them like celebrities. That's basically what we do.
Since 2004, over 250 students have interviewed nearly 400 Arizona veterans who have shared their stories from World War I to the current war in Afghanistan. Through this program, students find academic benefits.
Pretty much like by being in the project, we've learned how to use different pieces of software, including the Adobe CS 5.5 suite. This year we're using Adobe InDesign to make our book. And definitely if I wouldn't have been in the project, I would have no clue how to use that program.
Essays, like how you should write an essay, words you can and can't include. I'll use that in my English papers, and my scores have gone way up.
I'm getting writing skills. I wasn't very good at writing, but now because I've done it, and you have to do it, and then you have to edit it, and you can't stop until it's perfect, that's really helped my writing.
The social skills that I've learned through like the reception and interviews are definitely something I will carry on like through the rest of my life.
The program has also changed the lives of students and veterans alike.
He told me when I first walked into the door of his house that, hey, I had crutches too when I was in the service. I can totally relate to what's going on with you right now. And just hearing that as my very first interview was something that really changed my experience with VHP.
One of the interviews I did, he had forgotten some of the stuff, but his son was there to remind him. And it just made him happy to remember the happy times, but it also gives them a feeling that their story isn't going to waste.
And I know it's not the purpose, and it's not what Barb intended when she started the program, but you will talk to kid after kid after kid who now wants to go into the military. They want to get into the academies. They want to serve their country.
They kind of motivate you to set goals for your own life. I have applied to all 5 service academies. I have been accepted to 3 of them, and I look forward to serving my own country and kind of following their legacy.
I mean, my goal is to be a doctor, but instead of just being a doctor, I kind of want to go and be a doctor on the field and help these people, help these veterans be veterans instead of casualties.
Students also learn valuable lessons about our country.
I think being a part of Veterans Heritage Project teaches you that in an indirect way. It teaches you about the people who go out and fight for your freedoms, why we were involved in these different wars, why all these veterans put so much on the line for us, and we can truly appreciate their service more and appreciate what we have today.
Just talking to the veterans definitely puts my bad days in perspective because it's nothing compared to what they go through.
And students have found an excellent example in Barbara Hatch, who has expanded the program to other Arizona schools.
The thing that she does best is she realizes that we only have a certain amount of time to get these veterans' stories, and she realizes the importance of having to document them, and she sees the responsibility as United States citizens to document these stories.
Definitely, Mrs. Hatch, I really appreciate your leadership, and you kind of guided me through my high school career.
I know it takes a huge chunk out of your life to be doing this every day, all the time, but we really, really appreciate it, and we just can't say thanks enough.
Thank you so much for changing my life. You saw the potential in me that I would have never seen without you, and honestly, you've changed my life for the rest of my life, so thank you.
From the bottom of my heart, thanks, Mrs. Hatch, for everything you've done for me.
For the growth and giving that you've done for yourself, that you've shared with students so that they can do the same and have growth and giving. Thank you, Barbara. You are so deserving of the Copper Sword.